everyone, welcome to my channel, The Metal Medium. I'm Donna Abrahams. Today I thought we'd actually talk a little bit about animals because I am an animal medium as well. I can tune in, and a lot of people don't get this a lot, but how can you talk to an animal? Do you know what I mean? Um, Quite simple. I've always had a very, very, very special bond with animals. Ever since, I'm going to say the day I was born. Brought up around dogs, cats, that type of thing, birds. And then when I was about 6, we moved out to the country, and then, I got my own little pony and, bottle raised sheep and little calves and, had heaps of cats and things like that. And I'd always pick up anything and bring it home, strays, anything. So I've always had a really, really, really good bond with animals. Also, too, being a super sensitive kid growing up, I didn't bond with humans or kids very, very well at all. And I hated going to school, and I always I just wanted to stay home and be with my animals, if you know what I mean, because I kind of sort of felt like they got me, they understood me, and anyone out there that loves animals and has pets, well, yeah, you'll agree with me here when, they love you unconditionally. They don't want anything from you apart from love, kindness, compassion, and food and warmth and shelter. That's about it. But we can actually really bond with animals, and that's me. Look, every animal's beautiful, they are. But you might be finding that you'll get a cat or a dog or a bird or something where you just really connect on a soul level. And I'm going to say that we can even have animals as soulmates. I've had a few, if you know what I mean. And, whenever I've lost an animal, I'm devastated because they're my children. I lost my only human baby 30 years ago, and I never had any more. And, so again, I've got that extra strong bond with animals. But I've had a lot over my time, and, always devastated when they go. But, a certain few that, that I've actually had breakdowns when they've crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. And it can be worse than actually losing a human loved one. It really can. And a lot of people, again, don't understand it, and one of my pet hates is, oh my God, it was just a dog or a cat. And my first initial response is, well, you're just stuck. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But again, today I thought we'd talk a little bit about animals. Animals are very, very psychic. You've got the ability to tap into them. They've got the ability to tap into you. And you might be finding, if you've got that special, beloved pet that, you've had a hard day at work and you're like, oh, I just want to get home to my kitty or my puppy. Do you know what I mean? And, normally cats especially, look, I've got I've got double figures, that's all I'm going to say. And they can be assholes, they really can. Like, they're like, well, pat me. Oh, no, don't. Do you know what I mean? That type of thing. Where dogs are a bit different. Love me, love me, love me, pat me, pat me. But, when you get home and, you've had a hard day and you just want to sit down and have a cuppa, and the next thing your cat's on your knee. And you're like, well, that's a bit freaky. She never does that. And it's because, yeah, it is tuning into your energies and, picking up, what you're feeling, especially if you are sad. You're probably finding again that, your cat will do that. Also, too, and this has happened to me a lot, when you've got that special connection, you'll just know. You'll have that knowing when something's not right with them. And I get this a lot. Look, again, got bulk amount of cats. I can look at one in the eyes and I'll think, oh no, there's something wrong with you. Something's not right. Do you know what I mean? And you might be finding the same thing. They might be acting, oddly, or, obviously, the real signs are there, the physical signs. They've gone off their food, they're, vomiting or anything like that. Obviously, that's when you just need to either keep an eye on them and, if it gets worse, take them to the vet or whatever. But you might be finding you'll get that instant, oh my God, something's wrong. Do you know what I mean? That's obviously your intuition, and you're tapping into your actual pet. again, you know, I've had it so many times. I've got lots of cats. I can look at them and I'm like, yep, no, something's not right. So I'll grab them and they'll go in the ISO pod. I've got one of them, you know, hexagon. I've got quite a few actually. Hexagon things with the zip up top, and they go in there with their litter tray and, you know, food and water and everything like that. And then I monitor them. And obviously, if they're not showing any signs of picking up, they'll go to the vet. But again, animals will let you know when they're not feeling well, or, you know, when you're not feeling well. That is when they will be drawn to you as well. So again, animals are very psychic, and yes, they do have souls. And when I do an animal medium reading, you know, to make an instant connection, I do like to see a photo. I don't have necessarily have to hold it, just see it. That saves a lot of time in a reading, because you know, when I open the spirit doors, I'll get bits and pieces come from everywhere. So yep, and the animal will talk to me, and it's obviously my guides that translate what they're saying. And you know, the animal will take me up to the time of its passing, you know, what happened, if it's had kidney problem, or you know, an internal injury. I will feel it because I'm a very strong empath. And yeah, and obviously, and those of you out there would know this, that the hardest part of losing a, I'm not going to get emotional here, but yeah, the hardest part, I'll try not to, of losing a fur baby is when you have to make that horrendous decision. And again, been there, done that many times. Like, we've spent tens of thousands of dollars on one animal to try and save it, and you still bring it home wrapped up in a, you know, a towel, one of, you know, or their favorite blankie or whatever to bury them, or yeah. But we try, you know, we do everything because they're our kids. And I know, and the guilt that's surrounded, oh my God, we should have tried more, we should have done this, we should have, do you know what I mean? When you've already gone above and beyond. And you know, that is the hardest part for me, is when you've got to make that decision to actually put them to sleep. You know, it's different when we, and again, we've had this happen a few times, you know, you get up and look, the oldest cat I've ever had lived to 25, and she only passed because she had cancer. She ended up getting cancer in the last 12 months of her life. And, you know, you took her to the vet and everything, obviously, because she started with a lump. It was actually in her breast, and you know, did all the tests, and she's got cancer. But because of race, look, just take her home and we can give you medication and everything like that, and make her comfortable and everything. And you know, and they will let you know when they're ready. They really, really will. And that is obvious, you know, honestly, by looking into your eyes. And I'll never forget this. Sara, her name was. I'm going to do a special video on her because she's a very, very, very special cat. There's a lot of, you know, history there and meaning to her story. And I'll never forget this. She was in a nice fluffy bed sitting by the front door. I went to take a basket of washing out to hang it out, and when I went to open the door, she went like that, and I went, oh, Sara, and I patted her on the head, hung the washing out, come back in, and when I come back in, she'd passed away. I couldn't believe, I'm like, oh my God. So she was just, her little was just saying goodbye, do you know what I mean? And it was absolutely beautiful. And of course, we'd all love for our, you know, our fur babies to go that way, but unfortunately it doesn't happen, you know, and all that. I can tune into animals that are missing as well. I've helped to find quite a few missing pets. So yeah, and again, I've always had that ability. It's just something that comes natural to me, and a lot of people don't get it, but you can't talk to an animal. Yes, I can, because my guides do translate, and the animal will show me through my mind's eye their last days, if you know what I mean. And even they always take me up to their passing. Yeah, so look, I just thought I'd do this little quick video today about animals and how special they are, and yeah, and I hope you all got something out of it, and everyone take care, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, do you know what I mean? It really, really helps me out. Thank you, and take care.